Good evening, my collective community. I am your girl, Two Claps Oracle. First and foremost, before we start, I want to thank everybody that has sent me the Cash App donations. I love you so much. But more or less, I really want to thank the community that's helping my practice grow. What I mean by that is I'm talking to the people who go on my Amazon wish list, which is in the link in my bio. That's my Two Claps Oracle wish list. You guys have gotten me stones. You guys have gotten me some oracle cards. As spring is coming upon us, I don't have extra money to keep just buying things for my practice. But as of now, what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to basically formulate my own set, and I really want it to be very earthy, but I want to have the cards that I love. So if anybody out there loves me and you feel more comfortable sending your love to me, please hit the link in my bio and go to my wish list. And I have oracle cards, rose, palo santo. I have what else? I have rings, of course, because I want to start, dressing my hands, because I think that there needs to be some form of fashion and vanity and beauty as I'm reading. This is just getting a little old. But I just want to say thank you to everyone. Also, if you are into the spiritual community, I've been getting a lot of emails asking, do I have a P.O. box or whatever? I do not accept anything from outside energy. I know a lot of you have great intentions, but a lot of people do not. And I know a lot of people that have great intentions until they feel they get connected to you. So I would like to be connected to you guys through the collective community, through the collective spirit realm. We're all a part of the same soul tribe, but I'm not interested in being connected to anyone that's going to send me anything directly to my home, anything directly just to me in general, because once that begins to happen in the spiritual community, you have to understand that spiritual jealousy is just as big as regular jealousy. So I can't risk bringing anything in my home or putting anything on my body that doesn't come from, a form of currency on a Cash App or a PayPal or Amazon, because I know that has to come through another party and I can clean that energy up really quickly. But when somebody starts to send you things directly, that actually can become something that's just a direct spiritual attack. And I don't have time for any kind of spiritual warfare with people I don't know. But I love you so much. So let's get right into this evening's reading. And I want this reading to be one that just frees some people. And it's basically, you've never known, this is a family reading. You never known that the reason you don't fit in with your family and you're the black sheep is because they don't fit you. See, you were always the black sheep. You were more ambitious. You were more successful. You were more prettier, more handsome. You were more athletic. You could attract friends. And let me tell you something. You were just outright more intelligent. People always knew you had a light. And the worst thing for a lot of us is, if you don't have good parents and good people around you to discern energy around you, you've dealt with a lot of indirect hatred from adults. See, what people don't understand is that a lot of adults are still children. They are not emotionally intelligent and they are emotionally incompetent. So when they see a child with a whole bunch of light, believe it or not, the reason they dislike that child is because they themselves had a whole bunch of light when they were a child and they were demonized and ostracized for it. And they cannot fathom you being able to shine bright and nobody bother you. So sometimes you'll get sexually abused, physically abused. You'll just be treated like crap in your family because these people that are jealous of you as a child are upset because their light was dimmed. So, and then you have people who will outright not defend their child. I went through having people jealous of me because my father was better than my mother's other fathers, her baby daddies, basically. My mother comes from the country. My father comes from Jacksonville, Florida. Shout out to Duval, 904. He was a city man. He was educated. He dressed nice. And they went to college, met up at freshmen, had sex. And my father was 19. My mother was 19. He didn't understand what he had linked to. So I had one life on this end with a father that holds a bachelor's, 2 masters, and a doctorate in psychiatry. And he's an honorable member of Kappa Alpha Psi, 1913, Yo Noop. And my mother on this side, she did nothing. The highlight of her life was getting married, and after that it didn't work, and then she hated everybody. She was a very negative type of person. But what I'm saying is, you have people that were jealous of you since you were a child. And it started in the family. And can I tell you something? What the enemy meant for bad, God meant for good. And what do I mean when I say that? God meant for good. He let you go through all those storms when you were a child so you can learn all the energies to stay away from when you get into the world. And there's somebody out there, I need you to understand this. One of the 10 commandments is honor your mother and your father so your days will be long. But people are misinterpreting the word honor. See, you can honor your parents in a plethora of ways. Honoring your parents does not mean allowing yourself to be abused, attacked, and misused and turning the other way because that's your mother and father. Ephesians 6:4 or Ephesians 4:6 says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. A lot of the black parents who like to overly instill honor your mother and father so your days will be long into their children, they don't understand the Ephesians 4:6 or Ephesians 6:4 scripture in the Bible as well, nor will they talk about it. So I need people to understand, go Google the word honor and look at the definition of honor. Honoring your parents has nothing to do with allowing abuse, negativity, and controlling natures into your life. You can honor your father and your mother by disconnecting from them. There is not a single scripture in the Bible that it talks about, or a story in the Bible that talks about someone being mistreated, abused by their mother and father, and they just took it because, well, you got to honor them. No, you can honor people from afar. See, your parents can abuse you and be abusive, or your family, right? Or whoever raised you. You can honor them being no contact because you're not harboring negativity and hatefulness and seeds in your heart. You've let it go and you've forgiven them. That is a sign of honoring someone. You don't have to honor someone with your actions and honor someone with allowing yourself to be led blindly in their chaos and their toxicity. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but just like me, my therapist, yes, I love therapy too, y'all. We're going to get into that one day. But my therapist made it very clear. She told me out of her own mouth, it's okay for you to leave them behind. So I'm telling somebody right now, it's okay for you to leave them behind, baby. Honor them with your actions, honor them with your intentions, honor them with your forgiveness, and honor them with having a clean, lovely, high vibrational heart towards the people who harmed you. Let's get right into this reading. Past, present, future. God blessed you with the sight of an owl. Somebody out there, my grandmother comes to me in dreams. My mother's mother. She comes to me in dreams and she's always making that hoot sound that an owl makes. And I always know if she comes to me in a dream, which has only been about twice, it's because she wants me to pay attention to something that she's showing me. See, there were a lot of things in my life that I moved around, or I had people who moved these obstacles around me because they knew the intentions behind the people. My grandmother always came to me as an owl because she was letting me know that wisdom was going to be needed in this next journey, or wisdom was going to be needed in this next decision I'm going to make, or wisdom is going to be needed to get me through whatever season is coming my way. Why? Because it's things that our grandmothers and our aunts, and if you have a good mom, you have good female figures in your family, that they've already been through, that they've already seen. So they will tell you in the spirit realm to pay close attention because this is going to require something that's outside the level of your comprehension for your age. So I know me, I'm 35 years old, and I've been fighting particular battles that I know my grandmother told me that she didn't experience until she was in her 50s. But that's because before my great grandmother died, there were 5 generations of women on this earth by the time I had my daughter. So I understand that I come from a very experienced lineage of women. I know I come from a very warrior lineage of women, and I know I come from a very wise lineage of women. However, nobody tells you that some of the tests that come your way when you're called in the spirit realm, or when you're called for a higher purpose, or you're called to disconnect from the demonic energy and the generational curses of your family, that it's going to be outside of your realm of comprehension, and you're going to need something wise to lead the way. So you learned everything you needed to learn in the past. You are the spiritually equivalent of the owl of your generation. You know a lot of things. You saw a lot of things. And the people that rose up against you in your family, the people that were sent to bring you down and try to keep you low vibrational with them because they didn't want you to break free. They already understood that you could see them. See, you were the type of child that if an energy was disgusting, if it was a molestation energy, if it was a beating energy, you would give them a side look. If somebody had bad energy and they wanted you to come here, you wouldn't come. See, people know when something's not right with a child or something is not right with a teen. If they're doing something and you give them a particular reaction and they can see it, they know for a fact, don't mess with that child because they can see me. And a lot of kids always see. See, I'll give you a side eye. I just won't come to you. And I was also a kid that would tell. So I never dealt with sexual abuse, but I dealt with physical abuse. And guess what? I took my ass to the school and I was telling my teachers. I sure was. Had bruises all over my body, but guess what? I'm telling my teachers. See, I never kept my mouth closed. I'm telling. And then when I left my father's home at 18, I never looked back at all. And every time I decided to look back, there came some big demonic attack against me from this family. So I need you to understand that you've had the sight of the owl since you were a child. And people didn't fit your life. See, an owl, if you notice, it perches on a tree limb by itself. It flies at night. So if everybody in your family has the the spirit animal of a chicken, which can't fly, why would an owl be on the ground trying to blend in with something that is an entirely separate bird? We don't eat owl. Everybody eat chicken. Chickens lay eggs and they run around and they cluck. Owls sit high up in a tree and use wisdom and discernment. They even have a head that can go 360 so they can see everything. Why would an owl concern themselves with the likes of a chicken? At bare minimum, bitch, you can't fly. You had no idea. Spirit of the South. See, now your present is you've defeated everybody. See, I'm going to be transparent. I have a court date on March 27th about my mother trying to throw me in jail. I'm going to go there with my lawyer. I'm going to request a restraining order. I'm going to have my phone records. I'm going to have where she kept violating the TPO and trying to reach out to me. And now her friends are coming to me in my dreams. Her friends are coming to me in my dreams because they think I'm still this dumb little girl when I was a child. See, my mother would do something to me, and then her friends would try and play nice with me as if I would confide in them. I am not 20 years old. I'm 35 with my own life. So two of her friends, one of the friends she don't even like no more. So I said she's using her. But what she didn't understand was in my dream, that friend warned me that my mother was trying to make her way into my house. So my mother made her way into my house and I threw her out with my bare hands. The dream I just had before I got on here and did this reading was my mother's best friend, who's always been jealous of me, which is ridiculous. She kept trying to inquire about my educational success. She was asking me because she talked to the professor. She said she wanted to meet the person that I was getting my certificates from and all that. It was just nonsensical mumbo jumbo. But at the end of the day, what it told me was my mother is still up to her old ways and her old tactics. And now she's going to try another demonic attack. But she understands on March 27th, when I go to court and I request for all the charges to be dropped with my receipts, with my lawyer, and an ask for a restraining order, she's gone. There is nothing else connecting us. So what I'm saying is my mother is trying to pull me down. Spirit of the South. In her mind and in your people's mind, they feel like you aim too high. So let me ground her. And you want to know what grounding looks like? Sometimes grounding looks like I'm going to try to destroy you and pull you down to the ground because you're too high. I don't comprehend you. See, a lot of people, you don't get it. You get it twisted. You think that you didn't fit in with them. No, they didn't fit with you. They didn't fit the journey. They didn't fit your intelligence. They don't fit your ambition. They don't fit your financial gain. They don't fit your spiritual gain. They are not interested in the things that you're interested in. Your intelligence, your spiritual intelligence is so high compared to theirs that the only thing they can do is try to pull you to the ground. And they want to pull you to the ground because they think if you can just align with them and what they think is best for you, they would have a better shot at controlling you and fitting into your narrative. See, they lie and they want you to believe that you're the issue. When in reality, they've been jealous, they've been envious, they've been insecure of you since they met you. Some of you have mothers that pushed you out of her womb, and as soon as she took a look at you and everybody rushed to kiss on you and clean you up and love on you and buy you stuff, she hated you. Some of you men, you have fathers. You got men. You have some men I seen on Facebook. I said, I know this man is going bald. He cut his son's hair off because he claimed that he didn't want his son to have twists and braids, but he hadn't seen his son in years. His son's hair was shoulder length. I caught the energy. I said, I guarantee he's going bald. I found this man's page and he was indeed balding. So he cut his son's hair off and made him look homeless. It was horrible. A lot of us need to understand, stop trying to figure out and stop trying to stay connected to people that are trying to pull you down. They only want to pull you down because they can't understand who you are. They never did. They'll lie and say you've changed. No, I'm always changing because I'm called in a lot of different directions. You're supposed to stay on the ground, chicken. I'm in the air. Let's get into this future card. Remember what I said a few readings ago. Keep all of the sacrifices that you made in mind. The reason that you are going to shine bright like a diamond. Shout out to Rihanna. But the reason that you are going to keep thriving is because all of the sacrifices you've made just to get to this present moment. It's so much sacrifice that you made that you're going to be continuously get blessed. You're going to be so blessed. You're going to get things that just drop out of the sky. You're going to get things and people that just want to help you. You're going to get people that want to hear your story. And what happens is, if you're called to lead a nation or lead a small social group, if you're called to free people, you have to tell what you've been through. And people in the Black community especially, they don't want to hear what you've been through when they know they're responsible for what they took you through. They would rather say you're crazy, you're deranged, you're this and you're that. Yeah, but a lot of us need to understand. You don't think it's weird that your family never started calling you crazy until you started standing up to them and speaking your truth? I wasn't crazy when I was 5 years old and you was beating my ass. I wasn't crazy when you was taking my checks in high school when you made me work. I wasn't crazy when I was doing everything that you wanted me to do because I was so desperate to fit in with your family. I only became crazy when I decided to look around at all of the sheeps that were being shepherded and I realized I'm Black. They all white sheep. I'm Black. So I'm finna go and be something else and I'm gonna go in another direction because something about this environment, everybody looks the same and I don't fit. See, your breakthrough is on the other side of being okay with not fitting in an environment that you were never supposed to stay in. Another thing in closing, you cannot heal and stay healed in the very environment around the same people that first made you sick. This next season of your life, the entire 2023, before you get called into your major blessings that are going to come for God. Because remember, I told you now, 2023 about all the blessings that you're manifesting. These ain't even God's blessings yet. This is everything that you've manifested. God is just pulling the clouds back because he went through all the things you wanted and he cleaned it up and he said that you can have it. 2023 is about you reprogramming your mindset, finding your soul tribe and being okay in positive energy. Every day, I'll be transparent one last time. Every day, I'm finding some reason to have anxiety because nothing's going wrong in my life. I have nobody calling me about no drama. My life is really good and it scares the shit out of me. I remember when Cardi B first got on, she had on this white dress with the bob and she accepted her award. And she said, I keep waiting for something to go wrong because it makes her scared because she has all of this success. We were all called to be in harmony. So move on, move strong, and understand your future is your present day, today, this reading is about letting you know they can't pull you down to the ground. How the hell can a chicken that can't fly convince an owl that it's okay to be on the ground, lay eggs, get eaten by humans, and live in a damn chicken coop when you can live on any tree in the state that you in? Oh, okay. Love you guys.